What's going on, everyone? Happy Wednesday. It's hump day here, and we're getting over the hump today, and it's just smooth sailing the rest of the way. I know we're in a weird period right now where, baseball's in the dog days. Football's starting to heat up, and we're going to talk a little bit about all of that. There is some baseball news. The Minnesota Twins apparently not selling the team. And not apparently there is a harsh reaction to all of that. We'll explain. The Orioles are still playing baseball. A lot of teams are still playing ball. That's other news. And maybe we answer some questions today from the audience, from our channel members. And yeah, there was some exciting news at Ravens training camp. And we'll go around the NFL because that's what we're going to do here and maybe have some fun discussions along the way. But if you're new to the channel, hit that like and subscribe button. We do this live every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday right here on YouTube, X, and Facebook. But I got to be honest with you guys. With football season coming back, and your boy is not going to be on the same baseball schedule, we might be changing up our days in order to maximize the fall and the winter. So stay tuned, but don't worry. We're going to have a lot of conversations. That's what we do here. And my apologies for missing yesterday's show. I blame somebody else, but that can be for a different time. I don't kiss and tell just yet, but I got to give props to the guy that ran the ship and hopefully not right into the bottom of the abyss of the ocean, but just kidding, did a great job. Bolly, where you at? Zach Bollinger. There he is.
We tried. It's good to be back. It's good to be back, a little bit closer to a full show. Yeah, we had some fun yesterday, but it's good to be talking ball back with you. It's always great to see your face. Just kidding, but not kidding. Maybe kidding.
I mean, dude, you see this lighting in here? This lighting in here, I look good. I don't
got
really
the tan rolling.
Yeah, dude, I mean, look at this lighting. The hair has never looked better. It's definitely been longer, but it's never looked better, at least over the last 5 to 10 years. Hey, before we get into some things, Zach, I put out a tweet earlier and I put out a video on Instagram. So if you guys aren't following, follow at Ryan Ripken Show. Shameless plugs here. But I put out a message of, are there things that you don't like or that you absolutely hate, but deep down it's in the best interest for you moving forward? So my example was, I'll use today. Zach, I didn't want to get up. The alarm went off at 5. I slept through 2 alarms. Jamie ended up waking me up and said, hey, I thought we're going to the gym. And I stared at her, pissed. I'm like, I ain't doing this. She goes, no, you will thank yourself later. And so we went and we did our thing. And I went, damn. Yeah, she's right. And I never regretted a morning workout. Not a morning person, Zach. Not really good at that whole thing. I hold the lateness record in the history of the Maryland school system for latenesses, if you can believe that, Zach. Am I proud of it?
You?
Kind of.
No.
In a weird way. But yeah, I never regret waking up because then you know what? I was rocking and rolling. I was ready to kick today's ass, Zach. And here we are.
Yeah.
So do you have a moment too before we jump into this?
I will say that is a perfect one, working out, to start the day, because it is one of those things where you never want to do it. I'm going to do one, and it's one I have to do more. I used to do it probably 3 to 4 times a week. I'm not going to lie, kind of been slacking recently. I used to be a big cold shower, once I work out, cold shower to kind of do the same thing. And it sucks. Like, it's not fun. And I'm not going to lie, it's one of those things where I would do my normal shower and then it's like, okay, my final 2 minutes, you got to suck it up type deal. But you never regret it. Like, in the moment. And when I'm sitting there and, the number of times that I finished, the shampoo, the conditioner, and I'm like, I could just turn the shower off. Like, I'm done here. I don't need to put that all the way cold and sit there shivering. But you have to do it. It really stinks. It sucks in the moment. But as soon as you get out of there, you feel like a brand new person.
Yeah, I should throw in. I also did a cold shower after the workout. Not a big deal, by the way. I'm with you on that, Zach.
Flex.
It shocks the body. It shocks the body. And since we're talking about working out, shout out Merit Clubs, by the way. Proud partner with us here at the Ryan Ripken Show and is official. We are partnering again through all football season. So we have a lot of different opportunities and offers and going to be boots on the ground around the city here, which will be a lot of fun. Stay tuned for that. And if you are looking to become a Merit Club member, wait for a little bit longer in the show, and we'll let you know on a couple new things that they have to offer. But, Zach, yeah, I mean, someone earlier comments I saw, maybe it was on X, said they hate vegetables, but they know it's good for them. Al Michaels, famous broadcaster, apparently doesn't eat vegetables. So Al doesn't believe in that it's actually good for you, like that it's going to help him down the road. And Al is, how old's Al now? I'm looking that up. Al's just living the life, but he thinks vegetables are the devil, if I'm not mistaken. He's 79, still doing it. Does eat vegetables. You know?
That's almost more impressive than it is like why. Like I'm almost more impressed by the fact that it's like, what do you mean you don't eat vegetables? I feel like you have to go out of your way to avoid vegetables these days. Because like even like maybe he's just talking like he's not going to grab just vegetables. Because like even if you're having like something, tossing some peppers in there, like that's what I'm saying. Like I feel like it's hard to avoid vegetables.
Yeah, I mean, it's usually involved with your meal. Now, I will say some restaurants go with the, hey, you get an entree, and if you want a side, you can pay for it. It doesn't always come with the meal. But yes, I mean, look, I mix in some veggies, but do I love my protein? Do I love a good steak? Yes. Chicken, fish, crab, lobster. Yeah, I love it all, Zach. I do. And would I sacrifice some veggies in the process? Maybe that, but you know what? We're going all over the place, but I am curious what people do like that they deep down hate. But then later on, you're like, damn, I don't want to admit it. It's like that one friend that like, they have good advice, but you don't want to give them credit that this is actually helpful. I want to hear what you guys are thinking. I see some comments, maybe saw something about it. We haven't done hitting analysis in a while. We can ask that. That could be in the question section later. I can talk about hitting. I got this giant bat from my grandfather, actually, Zach.
Whoa.
Came right off the tree trunk,
How much does that weigh?
I think it's like 38 ounces, maybe 40 ounces.
I was going to say that is a very heavy bat.
Yeah. I mean, oh, dude, it is a log.
That's not legal, right?
No. I mean, no. Look at this.
I was going to say, that's what I was going to say. I was like, there's no way. All of a sudden, it's like, it was hitting me. I was like, wait, but there's no way that's legal. Maybe get some hacks in.
I feel like such a badass. Like, yeah, I can swing this thing, and then I'll probably swing it 3 miles an hour. Just kidding. I could get this thing around. It probably is. You know what? I'll put it on the scale. But look at that thing. It was my grandfather's, one of his old bats, which was really cool. My grandmother passed it down to me on Christmas one day. And in kind of the fashion, she just wasn't wrapped. She just brought it out to me. And I'm like, oh, what's this? And she goes, well, you were the first grandson that was born. And also you're the one that's most invested in baseball. Here you go. And I go, thank you. And I was really touched, honestly. And then when I started to pick it up, I'm like, how the hell do you swing this thing? Now, I think it might have been off a Babe Ruth model, to be honest, if I heard the story correctly. I do. I think it might be based off of what Babe Ruth's model is. And then I guess Senior's like, you know what? I'm going to order one of these puppies. And he did.
It might take a lot to get that bat speed up, but you make contact with that puppy. There's a pretty big sweet spot on that.
Oh,
That
no,
is a lot. That is all barrel, baby.
the barrel runs from here to here almost, you know?
People are mad about torpedo bats. Wait till that puppy comes around.
We're going to have to nickname this. I don't even know what this is, but talk holy knob on this bat, by the way.
Oh, you're getting that puppy around. If you get the momentum going, that thing's flying through the zone.
Oh, yeah. My bat that I used, Zach, was a 33.5-ounce bat. So that was, most guys do a drop 3. So if it's a 34-inch bat, a drop 3 would mean it's 31 ounces, 34, 31. Some guys go 34, 32. I was a 34.5-inch bat, 33.5-ounce. And that was courtesy of Ryan Zimmerman. That was the exact dimensions that he had on his bat, Mr. National. And I'll tell you, dude, when I connected, that ball came off the bat hard. I think my hardest exit velo, I think, was 117, maybe. I think one of those. I think the hardest home run I hit was like 110 off the bat. Didn't do it enough though, Zach, because guess what? I'm talking to you, but I think it's a blessing. I think it's a blessing. Let's some people might not feel blessed if you're living in Minnesota. Well, every day is a good day to be alive. So let's just start with that. But if you're a Twins fan, you're not really happy. You feel like, what did you do wrong? What has happened here over the last, I don't know, 3 weeks where the whole team, 2 weeks, your team is gone. Yeah. And then 3 weeks, 4 weeks ago, you thought you were in the hunt to maybe make a playoff run. And then all this information comes out with the Twins. So if you're new to this story, the Twinkies all of a sudden sold off half their team on deadline day. And that's not an exaggeration, Zach. I think they traded 12 guys or something like that off their team. And then in the process, the report came out that the Twins were like $400 million in debt overall, which
they had to get rid of Correa.
Yeah. Big part of that, right? And then you're wondering what's the future of the team. Then the reports are coming out that, well, they have to sell. They're getting ready to sell. Well, then the Twins released this report, Zach, and let's pull this up, and I'll read part of it for those that are listening on Apple and Spotify, wherever you get your podcast. Whammy, there it is. Nope, there it is. Here's a letter from the Pollard family. For more than 4 decades, our families had the privilege of owning the Minnesota Twins. This franchise has become part of our family story, as it has for our employees, our players, this community, and Twins fans everywhere. Over the past several months, we explored a wide range of potential investment and ownership opportunities. Our focus throughout has been on what's best for the long-term future of the Twins. We have been fully open to all possibilities, and after a detailed and robust process, our family will remain in the principal owner of the Minnesota Twins to strengthen the club in a rapidly evolving sports landscape, one that demands strong partnership, fresh ideas, and long-term vision. We are in the process of adding 2 significant limited partnership groups. Each of them will bring a wealth of experience and share our family values. We see and hear the passion from our partners, the community, and the Twins fans. That passion inspires us. Ownership group is committed to building a winning team and culture for this region, one that Twins fans are proud to cheer for. So that's the statement, Zach. One thing I want to focus on it after hearing the debt conversation is the emphasis on we are in the process of adding limited partnership groups, each of whom will bring a wealth of experience. I think emphasize the wealth on this case because it kind of, from what it seems, it is a somewhat of a surprise of that they didn't sell or that they're not going to sell, especially for what's happening. So if you're a Twins fan, I'll be honest, Zach, like, I don't know which way this is going to go. You love hearing that. And I know I don't really want to get into the entire conversation, what's happened in Baltimore, because I hear people, it's a whole different conversation on tickets prices, which I know everyone's very happy about tickets nowadays. Tickets,
baby.
Tickets. You get tickets or don't get tickets. And overall, though, if you're a Twins fan, I think this is the most complex situation actually kind of out there because there really is no set direction right now, Zach, as we talk about this on Wednesday, August 13th.
Yeah. I mean, let's call it what it is right now. If you were a Twins fan, you talked about it. About a month ago, you were in this thing. You were gunning for something. There was some momentum. It was like, okay, the Twins could make a move here. Like the Twins might be able to do something. Then they sell everything. And part of the reason they sold everything, for not that much, I want to kind of put that out there. Like the Correa deal, they didn't get like a massive haul back because they just said, take his contract, please. And the Astros were like, twist our arm. Okay, if we're giving you nothing and we just have to eat the money, we'll do that. And if you're a Twins fan, you kept on telling yourself the reasoning behind it was because they needed to get the debt down enough to where they could sell to someone who could maybe run the team a little better. So in your head, you're going, okay, this stinks. But they're trying to get money off the book to maybe make an impact so that down the road we're in a better position, maybe with someone who can help us a little more, a family or, ownership group that can go out there and take over and run this better. It's making the selling of the team easier. It's been tough since, and then you get this bombshell today of actually we're staying. We want to do this. We're going to take this on, the debt, everything. We're going to work through it. We're going to bring in some few people. So now if I'm a Twins fan, I'm like, then why did we sell everyone? Then why did there are some guys obviously expiring contracts, but you see guys like Varland, you see guys like Jax, you see guys like Duran, and you're like, those guys should be like, that is a very good one right there, is one of the best back end bullpens you could have. But you're like, now it's gone. We didn't get as much for it. We got some good prospects, but a lot of it was we didn't want to pay them in the future because of our financial situation that we were hoping would get better with new ownership. But now you sit there and you're like, well, where do we go from here? And I think that's the biggest question that Twins fans have to have is, what's next?
It's a great question. What is next? Well, they're keeping the team. You're probably looking for more ways to have revenue streams. You're probably trying to fit what your development plan is going to be for the future because now you've really punted on your core of what you had. I mean, hell, if they moved Joe Ryan, then it was a complete reboot. And maybe Byron Buxton would waive his no-trade clause at some point. But for the Twins, Zach, it's this whole side of it in business, right? This is what I always find fascinating. Sports, they're businesses. And as much as people love these teams, it's always viewed differently, than when you think about your favorite coffee shop or your favorite coffee shop's not the right. It's like if you went to a Starbucks, like you're talking about like a corporation, a group that is massive because that's what these sports teams are. They are one of 30, and they are massive evaluated companies, right? If you go to buy them, it's going to cost a little bit more than $4.95 or $5 for a venti. Is that what it's going for right now? $5.25 maybe for a venti.
Price of a brick's going up. I'll tell you that.
It's going up. It's going up. Going up on a Wednesday. But in all seriousness, Zach, I hate that the Twins fans in this case, you're kind of just sitting there wondering, what should we expect moving forward? We understand the words, but also actions speak louder than words. And for the Twins, when you felt like you were making the push, you signed Correa in the past, You had that playoff series a couple years ago, whatever it was. Like you felt like it was all right there. And now it's all gone. And it wasn't because that the team was this old squad either. It was just a complete, we're starting over yet again. And I know people in Baltimore sitting there going, well, we feel a certain way. Minnesota's even way different. Like that team still could have been in this race. Like they still could have made a push, and they said, hey, screw it. We're done. And not that we're like a little bit out. We're planning for, just like apparently the Cubs said, we're looking at 2032. Do you see that quote, by the way, Zach, from the Cubs? Oh my goodness gracious. We're planning for 2032.
I think that's the part of baseball in this deadline that people kind of forget. I know everyone likes to joke about it. So, I'll bring it up with the Orioles for a moment, but it's like, oh, great. I'm so glad the 2029 team is good. Well, the 2029 team is I remember sitting here in 2020 telling myself 2025 wasn't a real year. It sneaks up on you. We're going to be there fast. And if you're GM, you have to prepare for that. Like if you go all in on 2 years and it doesn't work, you're looking for a job. So it's not something people want to hear, but it is something you have to, you have to have a full organization. But I completely understand where Twins fans are coming from. If they would have stayed pat, just gone for it, would they have been this, oh, they're a front runner, they're making the playoffs? I don't know. But I'll tell you one thing, probably mid-September, there would be fun baseball in Minnesota. You would have, especially, I'll say it. The only reason Byron Buxton is still there is because of that no trade clause, and he is pretty much toying with the Twins, and he is openly going to reporters, I'm not going anywhere. I got a full no trade clause. I'm retiring a Twin. He's like, they can try. He's like, offer me whatever you want. He's like, any team. I'm staying here. So then you sit there and you're like, well, okay, so we could have gone for it, but now we sold people to get rid of contracts to try to help with that, which maybe helps with the sale, but now there's no sale. So now we just are rebuilding. And it's not like, Griff Jacks, all these guys you sold, they had years of control. Varland, 5 years of control. Like it's not like you gave up guys on expiring deals. I was like, okay, well, whatever. You just got rid of guys that were leaving at the end of this year. You can talk about the Orioles. Yeah, they sold 4 guys under contract next year, but got rid of 5 guys. Majority were up in the next year or two. Some of the guys the Twins got rid of had years and years of control, young, talented arms that you're like, oh. So why did we do that now?
Yeah, and that Central's just a really interesting division. Obviously, the Tigers are humming. They are humming overall. I know that they struggled, but like they're in a great position. They were humming earlier, and what I mean by humming moving forward is that it looks like they're going to be in a good position going into next year. And then Cleveland Guardians with Stephen Vogt riding the ship there. Those boys just play Guardians ball, whatever the hell you want to call it. And Kansas City, I think, is going to be a better team than what their record is currently at the moment. But you got to go out there and play the damn game. But for right now, the Twinkies don't really know what's happening right now. But I did make that comment about the Cubs, Zach. And for those that missed it, it was talked about when the Cubs were asked about their trade deadline, and they didn't make a lot of moves. And by the way, the Cubs are still 16 games over 500.
Yeah.
But everyone is latching on to the comment of we still have to think about 2032. You can't help that the Milwaukee Brewers went on an absolute bender after they just were on a freaking bender. And the Brew Crew, Zach, it's crazy. They're not even that they're one of the best teams in baseball. Like they're the best team in baseball, and it's not close.
They've won 26 of their last 30 games. This is their second win streak of 10 games this season. Now it's 11.
With that going on.
And Ryan, you want to know something crazy? They have the 23rd payroll. This isn't stars doing this. This isn't, oh, they paid for this. They sold Corbin Burns. They got rid of Devin Williams.
You know what I'm going to say?
Ryan,
go ahead.
Ryan, I did declare yesterday. I said, I never thought I'd say this. I said, I'm no longer referring to them as the Rays of the NL. I said, they earned the title. The Rays are now the Brewers of the AL. Because the Brewers, no matter what, it's not even like the Rays where they're competitive. They're going to win the division every year, no matter what, no matter who they put out there. And it's crazy. The other teams could have the most talented guys in the world. The Brewers are just going to grit their way to a division title.
Dude, they're just pummeling teams. 41-20 at home, 34-24 on the road. My former roommate in the minors for a little bit, former teammate Blake Perkins came back. He threw out a runner to end the game the other night. Andrew Vaughn, I actually wanted to pull this up for everyone that's out there that wants to give up on a player, because you know what? A lot of people do. I get it. But here was Bob Nightingale's tweet the other day about Andrew Vaughn. So he was acquired earlier in the year, and he got demoted in Chicago, right? Sent down to AAA, and it looked like there wasn't a plan. He wasn't playing good. You remember when I talked to you guys, Zach, about, that thing about culture and things aren't going your way and you're in a bad headspace? Does it mean he's a bad player, or do you need to just try to figure things out and maybe you go somewhere else and things kind of click? Well, for Andrew Vaughn, things are clicking because Bob Nightingale right here, kind of serious but joking, but I think he's joking more than serious.
I wouldn't put it past Bob Nightingale.
Maybe not then, but Andrew Vaughn suddenly in top 10 NL MVP discussion with another 3-run home run, giving him 32 RBIs in 28 games since joining the Brewers. He is the gift that keeps on giving from the White Sox. The Brewers are 24-4 since Andrew Vaughn was traded there. 32 RBIs, and I believe it was the deal. Who was the pitcher, Zach, that said, "I don't want to you're
it was
anymore"? It's
Aaron Savall. Aaron Savall, right? Or Savali?
Yeah, Savali. Yeah. Or Savall, whatever. Yes,
Savall.
That one. Where he's like, you know what? I want out of here, and they said, okay, we'll ship you to the worst team, and they did. And Andrew Vaughn, dude, I'm so happy for him. He's a good dude. He's a good dude.
This is also one of those things when people want to talk about like, oh, okay, well, this is, Andrew Vaughn, only he was the 3rd overall pick, and only 2 guys obviously picked in front of him, Adley Rutschman and Bobby Witt Jr. So expectations were high in Chicago. And how many times, let's look at Stowers. Let's look at all these guys that, turn in to guys, these ball players when they go elsewhere. Giving up on guys with this talent, sometimes it's crazy how a change of scenery and just a reset can change. Like it is. That's why, and hell, I'll use this example with the Orioles. People always say, why did the Orioles just pick up this random off waivers? This guy was a top prospect 5 years ago. Why did they just pick him up? Because you never know what's going to happen. I know people aren't always on his side recently, and I know people aren't always the biggest hip Jorge fans. Jorge Mateo, former top prospect, couldn't figure it out with New York, couldn't really figure it out in San Diego, comes to Baltimore, and yes, has he been a superstar? No. He's had his months. I will never forget April Jorge of 23. They will never let me forget that. But Jorge Mateo's turned into a damn good player when you think of what he was considered after with the bust. And, he's not even a major league player. He's established himself as a major league player. He's established why you want him in the line, because when he's hot, he's hot. You don't want to pitch him. When he gets on, he's a nuisance. He plays good defense. Like a change of scenery and I don't know if Andrew Vaughn's going to keep on this pace. It'd be insane if he did. But it wouldn't surprise me at all if Andrew Vaughn stays in Milwaukee and continues to be a very good player.
Yeah, I mean, he's only hitting 347 through his 2 months with the Brew Crew. Pretty good. Pretty good for Andrew. And I like to say this. You take a chance on talent. That's why my Lord and Savior Shintaro Fujinami was brought over from the Athletics, right? Is because he throws 103. He has great stuff, but he wasn't consistent enough to put it all together, right? Like you look at tiers of how baseball works. Why do they say guys with more talent get more opportunities in certain situations? It's because the upside's there. Now, at some point, you got to make a decision on, this isn't working. We're going to move on. And then if you move on from the guy, hey, he might figure it out somewhere else. Oriole fans, close your ears or close your eyes, whatever you want to do. But Jake Arrieta was an example in Baltimore. Didn't really put it together, and he went somewhere else, and whammy. Cy Young, World Series.
Kevin Gausman. But for his case, it took not just going out of Baltimore. It took him a few destinations to figure out where he was going to become what he became. So that's why you take risk on talent. And for guys, which I hate, but the ones that don't have the upside, but they're really damn good players, sometimes they have to keep scratching and clawing their way through. And I think that's what the Milwaukee Brewers are right now, Zach. It's a lot of names where they got talent, but they also have guys that are like, screw it. People don't look highly of us. We got to play the game a certain way. And if we don't, we're not going to play, or we're not going to be good enough. And that's worked wonders for them. We could talk about the Brew Crew and all of what they're accomplishing. Now, the biggest thing is, can Pat Murphy cook up enough pancakes in the back pocket to get some series wins in the postseason? Then they'll be really cooking over there. But them turn real fast. Them turning that into a promotion where you can now get pancakes at the ballpark. It's like Murphy's Cakes or something. You can now buy pancakes at the ballpark. Brilliant. There's some teams you can just feel where you're like, and I'll even get it to the Red Sox. That's another team where things are just kind of going, like things are just really going well. It's not maybe, the Red Sox are more young, talented prospects, less like the Brewers, who are more like you said, hey, we're going to prove you wrong. It shows you what a good locker room, good clubhouse environment can really mean. Because if you got, Rip, how many times Buck Showalter came on the show and said it? He said, when you get these young kids snowballing in a direction, crazy things can happen. And I would say going 26-4 over your last 30 is pretty crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I think they were 6.5 back in June, and they now lead by 7.5 games in the NL Central. But you know what? If you thought we were going to talk about the Brew Crew all show, you're right. Just kidding. We got a lot of other things to talk about. But shout out the Brew Crew. And hey, if you're new to the channel, hit that like and subscribe button. Ryan Ripken Show. We do this live every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, right here on YouTube, X, and Facebook. Facebook, I see the love on there. X, I see you. And obviously on YouTube, where we put all of our content. Thank you guys for everything since the day ones. We appreciate you. It's means the world does. Truly does. Truly does. I don't know why I keep saying truly. I think I'm having
truly.
It's truly spectacular. Zach, you know what's spectacular? I wanted to make a quick note of this. Next week, something that's spectacular and for a good cause. We are hitting the road for a show. The Ryan Ripken Show, and 3, 2, 1, under 3 seconds always here, Zach. But Carroll County Youth Service Bureau presents the Crab Cakes for a Cause. And on August 20th, which is next Wednesday, from 1 to 5:30 p.m., they are going to be there at Rock Salt Grill, 65 West Main Street, Westminster, Maryland. And it's a really great opportunity to go out there and give back. And I've always been a big proponent of, obviously, the youth component, the mental health space for so many, Zach, and that's what the Carroll County Youth Service is providing. Show will be live, I think, the normal hours, but event's going to run from 1 to 5:30 p.m. So if you're in the area, come say hello. come give back. It should be a great time over there at Rock Salt Grill. And also Chris Lupton, friend of the show, friend of the program. He is also going to be there to help donate some items as well that could then be a chance to win. And also those proceeds are going to go to the Carroll County Youth Service Bureau. Not Burrow, Zach. Bureau.
People helping people,
People helping people, baby. That's what we're all about here at the Ryan Ripken Show. And hey, how you doing? We'll see you guys next week at the Rock Salt Grill in Westminster. All right, Zach. We talked some baseball. I don't really know if there's a lot of baseball for the Orioles that we need to kind of talk about. I mean, you talked about the prospects and life and all of this. And,
Also, real fast, just while we're talking, I just checked. Brewers are up 6-0.
Nice.
Boom. But continue. Had to throw that tidbit in.
Hey now. Yes. And as people know that follow the show, we talk a ton of baseball. Baseball is going to be the backbone for so many things that we do, but football is coming up in the fall. And we do talk a lot of foosball with our friends, and we're going to continue to do that. And we are now 3 weeks away from opening kickoff. Be Thursday, the 4th, I believe, if my math's right. The 7th is when the regular slated game, September 7th. So a lot is happening. Excited about all of it. And for baseball fans out there, I know for teams that are having disappointing runs, I saw the Giants falling apart there, the Twins we talked about. And yes, in Baltimore, it hasn't been the best year. Balmer, and kind of the way the cookie crumbles. Dean Kramer goes 8 innings, gives up 1 run in the first inning, doesn't give up a run the rest of the way.
I got to ask you real fast.
Yes.
Got to ask you. Thoughts on High Sock Dean?
Oh, big fan of High Sock Dean.
Yeah.
And you know what? He should wear high socks next start. That was a great outing. We don't
incredible. No, I need High Sock Dean until further notice. And also, you can let him know I put a tweet out and I said, because he went eight innings, 1 run, and they lost 1-0, it should be a rule. Everyone who was in the lineup or took in at bat until Dean's next start, if Dean wants ice cream, they buy him ice cream. I think that's fair. And sprinkles. If he wants sprinkles, you get the man sprinkles.
I just want Dean to come on and cook some food. You can't have it. Again, I'm going to point that out. He can't have an Instagram account and say you like posting food photos and you don't come on and cook with your guy. Just saying. I'm just saying. But I give him a little bit of grace because he's going out there and he's giving it his all for Baltimore. And what's been a very disappointing season. And you talked yesterday about Felix Bautista and Zach Eflin being done. There's nothing else that needs to be said there.
Yeah.
That's just the way it is. But how about we talk about a fun moment in baseball that has nothing to do with Major League Baseball? Is that cool? Does that sound good to you?
Let's do it.
This clip, and this maybe is the What in the World Wednesday here. You probably will not see more plays like this because of the results and what happened in the game. So, Zach, I'm going to pull up the clip here. If I'm not mistaken, and if I'm looking at this correctly, I don't even know which teams are facing off here. I just know that there's 6 logos because you pulled this up here, but it's more about the result here. And watch the left-handed batter as this happens, okay? He thought that there was time or something, but he didn't put his hand up, Zach, by the way. Yeah. And all he does is he just takes the bat to the ball and gets a base hit.
RBI single.
Beautiful. Also, that's I can see hitting coaches starting to talk about this, but Zach, talk about it. What you got?
I mean, this is I love it. It's an 0-0 count, 1 out. So this tells me it's got to be, you see the runners take off right here. So this has to be a hit and run. This has got to be, and then this is textbook, Ryan. Any coach will tell you, if you are the batter and you get a hit and run sign, you better be swinging because you don't leave your teammates out to dry. And I'll give this guy credit, the batter. He said, you know what? I just got to put bat to ball at this point. And Ryan, isn't it crazy? Because what do we always say? Put the ball in play and things can happen. Put the ball in play and just one hand, boop.
You know,
You
know, there are so many questions I have. Was it really wait a minute. Was it really a 0-0 count? And you know what, Zach? Actually, timeout. I think I figured it out because I haven't seen this play until you pulled it up. I think I know what it is. Look at the bottom right umpire.
Is he calling balk?
I think he called a balk. And so what happens is it's a free play. So I think the hitter heard balk and he's like, well, oh, shoot, I can still swing. What's the worst that happens? We advance anyway. So he's like, screw it. I'm just going to hit the damn ball. That's what happened.
Yeah, because I don't think anyone fielded it. I think it just because look, the batter.
Watch the umpire right by the runner on second base, number 8. Watch him put his hand up.
Yep.
That's a balk. So he's going, hey. Right? I think it is. I haven't even looked at the clip otherwise, but that's what happened. And then the hitter's like, oh, well, the balk got called. I'm going to move on out of this spot. And then he's like, I know the rules here. Swing that thing. Whammy. Also, for hitters, right to the baseball. Great backhand guidance right there.
And it's funny because obviously that's a drill. Guys will do front hand and then backhand, just trying to get it. I'm telling you, this is going to be teach tape for so many high school coaches of, oh, you want to know why we do this drill? How about this? How about they call a balk, you're stepping out, never mind. Let's RBI single.
Oh, you're thinking about swinging up? Well, look at this one kid right there who just literally, he stepped
at the ball.
Literally the definition of bat to ball. Look at him. He's this way.
He literally just one-handed.
He's Tony Batista style for his setup or the finish right there. Beautiful. Hey, good for him, man. Good for him. But yeah, for those that don't know the game with that balk, it's always in the advantage for the hitters. Swing that thing, man. Worst thing that happens, the base runners advance. And then, just using the top hand right here, Zach. So everyone on the bat, bottom hand, top hand. Massive bat, I'm not going to say what I was going to say. But anyway, hey now. But what's interesting for me, Zach, I always felt it was easier to have control. For everyone that doesn't know, it's like your bottom hand is the one that you feel can be the control. But if you have more control over the top hand to be able to get to the baseball, everything comes together more, connects more. I don't know if that fully makes sense. Like this one for me helps keep my direction and be able to get right to it. This one helps to bring the power and be able to kind of stay more level with what I want to do. I was always better with this hand than this hand. I used to do drills, Zach, where I could do the one-hand drill and I could even choke up all the way down or not choke up at all and hit off a tee and hit it off the back net when I was going well. And if I could do that, I could do a lot of things right. And when I couldn't do that, well, we know what the results can be. But those are great drills. And right there, I'm curious if that guy does any of those drills in general because he kind of nailed it. Kind of nailed it right there and literally nailed a RBI hit. And that was a good moment for his team.
I'm pretty confident in saying that's probably when he looks back on his hits throughout his life, he's going to say that's probably one of the weirder ones he's had.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of some of the weirdest hits I've had in my career now that we're talking about weird hits. The one where I hit the catcher's glove, hit a line drive to center, and broke my bat all in the same sequence. That was pretty wild. That was when I got him
Well,
and Mets going to second base too.
that's also, well, not also, but you also had it wasn't a hit, but what, 3 broken bats in an at bat? What was your record for most broken at bats in an at bat?
Three, no, not in one at bat. Ken Griffey Jr. broke 4 bats in one at bat. I didn't even do that. I broke 3 bats on 3 straight pitches.
That's what it was.
3 separate at bats, and I swung at the first pitch each time. It was a lefty throwing 86, like 86, 88. And it was a fastball that was a strike each time. It felt like it was down the middle, and I was getting sawed off. And then my hitting coach, Tim Raines Jr., after the third one, he's like, hey, Rip, how about new idea? Don't swing at all, or at least don't swing until maybe 2 strikes or something. At least see one damn pitch. And I actually, Zach, I think I told you that story. I only brought 3 bats for that road trip because I wasn't supposed to play game 1 with a back injury. I ended up playing it and then played the rest of the series. And I only brought 3 bats. I was done with my bats. I had to borrow a 35, 33 bat. And I ended up going 4 for 12 on the series. Thank you very much. That's a 333 average for those that want to do the math right there. Now, and I did not swing at the first pitch the rest of those 9 bats that I had. I was 0 for 3 to start the series with 3 broken bats. And then I ended up going 4 for my next 9. Took every first pitch after that. So
you couldn't afford to swing at any more first pitches. The bats were getting low.
Yeah, I honestly, you know why I used it? Because one of my teammates, he used that 35, 33 for batting practice. He didn't use it in a game. He's like, Rip, this will be more your size. And no one else also wanted to loan me a bat probably because they're like, dude,
you're not getting it back.
Odds aren't in your favor here. Yeah. So I got the BP bat of one of my teammates, and it did wonders for me. Did wonders. Wonders. All right, Zach. Why don't we then get ready to switch over into a little bit of foosball, and we can talk about some training camp stories, but we'll go to some fun things to start. But before we get to the fun, why don't we take a quick trip up to our friends at Hollywood Casino at Charlestown Races and
West Virginia. I think we nailed it. You know what? I'm giving us the benefit of the doubt there.
Oh, man, that was good. That was good. You want to know what's good, Zach?
What's good?
That was good. So,
incredible.
It was incredible. And you know what? Our friends up at Hollywood Casino Charlestown Races, a reminder, we're going to be there week 1 of the NFL season. That's going to be Sunday, September 7th. We're going to be up there. And we're going to be joined by a couple guests that are going to be there all afternoon. Washington legend Chris Cooley, tight end, will be there. And then if you're a Ravens fan, running back that came so close to breaking the single season rushing record in the NFL. Also helped the Ravens win their first Super Bowl. Jamal Lewis, a beast. He's going to be up there. We're going to have both of them join us on the show that day. So we look forward to being up there. And for our regulars that live in the area, we better see you up there for week 1 of the NFL season. It's going to be an amazing time. And maybe at that point, Zach, as we get closer, maybe we can look at some futures bets, some of our favorite moves that we want to do, because we are getting closer to that point. But which way are we going today for Bolly's bets?
Yeah, 0 for 1 yesterday. Kyle Schwarber couldn't come through for the boys. A little bit disappointing because he had been so hot, but it happens. That's baseball. But we're getting back on the horse today, and actually we're going to Minnesota Twins, and I'm putting my faith in him because he's not leaving. Because he's not leaving. Byron Buxton, 2+ bases, coming back in his first game back from his rib injury, hits a homer yesterday. We're going 2+ bases. I really like Byron Buxton. He's also one of those guys where if you followed him throughout his career, obviously injuries have really hurt him. But he's a guy that when he comes off the injury list, he's usually going on a tear. Like it's him and Royce Lewis are like known for their first 5, 6 games back from an injury. They're going to make up for the time they missed. So loving Byron Buxton, 2+ bases.
2+ bases. Mark it. And if you are feeling frisky and want to follow Mr. Zach Bollinger here, well,
Pow.
you can. Pow! And over and under 3 seconds here. Pow!
Under.
ESPN Bet.
Ooh.
Yeah, I know. Has a new player bonus. Bet $10. Get 100 in bonus bets. And you get 30 days on them for ESPN Plus. Download the ESPN Bet app, but you must be 21 years or older. And if you got a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER or our friend Rocco DeSangro. But we'll see everyone up there on the 7th of September at Hollywood Casino at Charlestown Races. And
West Virginia.
Nope. We shouldn't have done it again because that was
No,
awful.
yeah,
That
we
was
tried. It's like you hit the 3 and then you have to heat check. You have to heat check.
I don't feel about all of it. Hey, am I getting too comfortable here today? Maybe.
You do look comfy. You look comfy. I'll say you look comfy.
Oh, we back?
Yeah, we're back. We're back.
Yeah, we're back.
Back, baby. Comfy and back.
Apparently, connection is fairly good now. It said it was unstable.
Don't you love it? Don't you just love the internet?
Yes. Depends on what I see on the internet. And I think that might be tomorrow on what in the hell is on the internet, you know?
Yeah.
There are some doozies. But there are also some great moments on the internet or on social media. And that's where we're going to go to now with training camp and the Ravens. Hey, look, we could talk about camp battles and all that type of stuff here, but we're about the fun and the entertainment side as well, more so than that. In this case, I'll tell you what, the boys were having fun the last few days. Why? Well, they were taking it to the pool and learning a thing or two from the greatest Olympian of all time in Michael Phelps. A couple of weeks ago, Zach, the Ravens players, which seemed as just a friendly, funny video that Marlon Humphrey led and had some of the other Ravens ask Michael Phelps to come out and teach them a thing or two of how to swim. And they legit put that into motion. And ask and you shall receive. And Michael Phelps made a trip back to Baltimore. The boys were having some fun in the pool, Zach. Can we pull up that clip?
Yeah, we had some fun in the pool, and then they had maybe arguably too much fun at the diving board. Linderbaum's was tough. Oh.
It's a good one.
Kyle Hamilton's so good at everything. Was that Ben Cleveland before?
I can't tell.
I can't tell.
Excuse me. Oh.
There were some few belly flop back flops. This must be the most weight that these boards have felt combined in that short of a period of time, maybe ever.
A lot of action here.
This is my favorite. Travis Jones, he's not. Jordan Stout. Actually, as I say, I need to just, where is it? I feel like this is the mood. Jordan Stout. Taking it all in. Why not?
Take it in. Drink it in. Drink it in.
Imagine, because
drink it in.
So they did that at Loyola University's pool, Loyola University's gym. Imagine, so I used to go there. My parents went there for college, so I used to go to the gym there. And 99% of the time, it's college students working the front desk, working, all of this stuff, being the lifeguards, all that. How do you react when you're just sitting there for a normal day and here comes Michael Phelps with the entire Ravens team to be like, yeah, we're just going to kind of get a few swim lessons in? I'd be like, okay.
Pretty good guy to learn from.
Yeah.
Pretty good guy to learn from. He only won 1 million gold medals. And by the way, the Olympics, when he broke the record for most gold in a single Olympics, that was unbelievable. Watching that live and that relay race.
Oh my gosh. The reaction. It's the iconic moment.
You remember that, Zach?
Oh my gosh. I was obviously much younger, but I will never forget. It was the Michael Phelps reaction of him sitting there. They're slamming the diving board, the blocks, to be like, come on, baby, come on. And then just the elation of, you see USA first. And just Phelps and all them going nuts. That was one of the craziest. I used to swim, and that was actually during my peak swimming. And so I always going in to meets, I was like, I'm gonna do the impossible. I did not. Was not Michael Phelps level, but we had fun.
No. I can see that. I can envision that, but I love that you gave 110%. Yeah. To make it better.
It's one of those things where my mother, unbelievable swimmer, holds records at pool, she unbelievable. And then there's me who has the swimmer's body, never put together. It was I used to have swim coaches coming up to me you have the tall, lanky, you can. I did not move well in water. I got the job done. I'd win. I'd win a few races here and there. I consistently placed third. I was a consistent third placer. Have a bunch of third and fourth place medals. It happens.
Aerodynamic,
I know. Butterfly. I hated butterfly. Breaststroke, though, I was really, that was my event. If you got me in breaststroke, I had to do the IM, individual medley, where you had to do every stroke. My only goal was to keep it close and then hope I could win it at the third leg for the breaststroke. That's just what the vibes were.
We might have to do that at
Merritt
one day. We'll do.
Definitely.
Or you know what? We'll do breaststroke. We'll do whatever you want. Backstroke, breaststroke, stroke of a genius. If you name that lyric for that artist,
no,
and the lyric before it, no way.
There is no way. It's not.
Backstroke, breaststroke, stroke of a genius. I'm curious if the chat will get that on that one. I'd be impressed. But I digress, Zach. I mean, swimming's a great workout, and I'm glad for the players.
Oh, it's Ludo, of course it is.
Did you just look it up?
Yeah, I looked it up.
What song?
Moneymaker.
Shake, shake, shake your money maker. Like you were shaking it for some paper. Took your mama 9 months to make ya. That song. I could go through songs and the lyrics. I might create an own segment. Maybe that will be the Rip After Dark. That I love when I actually have to listen to the lyrics. That's like where Let Me Put My Poems In You came from. You know?
There it was.
Luda. But overall, though, Phelps, greatest Olympian of all time.
Mm.
Some of the most pressure you can ever imagine. He was out at Ravens training camp, and him and Ray Lewis were having some more serious conversations. But then they got to go to the pool, and he got to help some guys, which was amazing. I got to point this out. I need to go to Tyler Linderbaum for a second because Tyler, you're going to be on display here. We need to discuss. All right, a few things here. And maybe rating, I think if I'm going to rate the best form of anything, it's going to be Kyle Hamilton. It was good bounce off of the diving board and everything.
It kind of makes me upset how he's good at everything.
Yeah, exactly. So, for sure. And so anyway, right here, I got to say pretty good dismount. And then, pretty good air time, pretty good. And you thought, you know what, if you commit to the dive, Tyler, one thing, this is important. I know you know a thing or two of how to be a center, all pro type of guy. I get it. But when it comes to diving, you got to commit. You got to commit to the dive. And right now you look committed. And I think it's great. But then right here at the end,
momentum took over. That's physics, unfortunately.
It did. But right there, if you were telling me Tyler Linderbaum's about to nail this puppy, I would say bingo, bango. He's got it. But, you mentioned gravity. Tyler's a big – he ain't small, Tyler.
No.
I think – hey, that's no knock. You are agile and mobile and hostile. But in the pool, you bring some force. And I got to tell you, that splash was pretty damn good.
A good splash. Damn good.
Yeah, I think – overall, the effort was an A. I thought the pogo of the air time was maybe a B. Obviously the landing, it's got to be a D-, but I think overall was a pretty good showing. And maybe to bring on, he's an expert analysis when it comes to the diving world. Well, at least he's diving into football all the time because he's locked on Kevin. He's locked on Ravens. Let's bring on Mr. Kevin Ostreicher. Kevin, there he is.
Man, I'm an Olympian now. Is that what we're?
That's not how you were introduced. I said you were locked in diving specialist.
Yeah. Wait, Kevin, did we have a live reaction locked on? Was there like a bonus episode for the swimming?
No, I did not do a bonus episode for the swimming. Well, I will say in third grade, I swam at Meadowbrook. That was where I got my swimming lessons. And Michael Phelps was there and he signed my math homework. And then I lost it.
So when you went, did you lose it before you went to school or
after? No. I turned it in and then, maybe my teacher took it and just sold it for profit. Who knows?
You definitely you handed in the homework that.
Yes, I did. Because I thought it would get me an A. In fact,
it should definitely. No, if you didn't get 100 on that homework that you handed in with Michael Phelps' signature.
Yeah, hate to break it to you, but that I did not.
So Kevin, it could have gone a lot of different ways. It could have been one, I lose my train of thought at times when I hear some of the things you say, but you could have had the best chance to be, Kevin, what happened? Oh, I lost my homework. I gave it to Michael Phelps to sign.
Yeah.
And I lost it. Like you know what? Yeah. Like my dog ate my homework. Actually, Michael Phelps signed it.
Michael Phelps stole my homework.
See, you could have done that.
That's good.
Hey, do you have any pointers for any of the Ravens here, or it's Tyler?
No, I mean Linderbaum was the one that I think a lot of people are, giving some pointers to. Travis Jones, floaties on the legs.
Yeah, it's down at the end here.
Solid way to do it. We did get a wild Nick Moore appearance, which was good.
Was Nick in this video? Did I miss him?
He didn't. He didn't dive in the video, but he was off to. Actually, wait. It might not be this one. It not. Did you play the one of the race with Kyle Hamilton beating him?
No, we haven't.
Because in that one, there was blatant cheating in that video.
Yes. Yeah.
I don't know who it was. I couldn't make out who it was.
It's probably Nick Moore.
Yeah, wouldn't shock me. Honestly,
nothing shocks you when it comes to Nick Moore, which we'll have more of Nick Moore throughout the season as he'll get back going here. And we got a lot of things planned for this fall, and it's fastly approaching. And Kevin, by the way, congratulations on 6 years.
Thank you. Yes, 6 years.
6 years with Locked On.
Thank you.
Haven't missed an episode, which is crazy. A streak in its own. And I can see you're getting the beard ready for the season.
Yeah, it's probably gonna go away. It's getting a little too long. It's getting a little too long for my. I need to get my background ready. My background has been a disaster to get ready here. There's a hole. I told Zach there's a hole in my desk and the lighting doesn't work right. So I got my green screen vibes on. Zach and I are green screen buddies. Yep. Yeah. Oh, let's go. Let's all do it. Let's go. Whoa, Zach.
I'm not
you're in my office now. How'd you get here?
I'm not gonna lie, Kevin. I went to find my green screen earlier before the show, and I saw this, and I was planning. I was like, "Oh, if Kevin doesn't hop on this," I was like, "I'm just going to do Kevin and Zach react with this, and just see if anyone notices."
I infiltrated Kevin's house. I took
People would be like, "Oh, I'm still going to do it. I'm going to start the show with this and just see if anyone notices."
I'm going to go back to this one.
It's a mood.
Yeah,
I did see you do that the other day.
He's staring right at me. Right at me.
Gotta though. Look at him.
Wait.
Other way.
There you go.
There we go. Good job, Kevin.
Thank you. That was hard, but we got it.
We got through it here. Right now, Kev, just throughout all of it, we had the fun moments with the NFL or with the Ravens camp. This is kind of the part of training camp where, let's just face it. I know for guys, they're fighting for their jobs. Believe me, it's like spring training for baseball, which there are positions that are already set in stone, and there are some that people are fighting for. The biggest thing, obviously, is no news is good news when it comes to the big names.
Yeah.
I saw something earlier that the Bengals, I think it might have been Karros, their offensive lineman, talked about Shamar Stewart hit Burrow. And he's like, hey, like that's our season right there if he goes down.
Yep.
But it's true. Like, you don't want to hear any bad news. Knocking on wood so far, Kev.
Right.
In Baltimore right now, the likely thing was disappointing, but he'll be back sooner than later. Week 1, 2, or whatever they think.
Yep.
Kind of status quo. Status quo right now.
Yeah, that's what you want to hear. I mean, you're right. No news is good news. It's definitely something where, at least for what the Ravens have to kind of go with right now, it's the last day of training camp for fans today. They're going to start to probably get into more install stuff and like actual gameplay. Because you're not going to throw out your entire game plan for the fans who are there. You're going to want to work on stuff, but also be able to, kind of just get through that period, it feels like, and then you really start to get to the nitty-gritty stuff over the course of the next couple of weeks. But we heard John Harbaugh say that none of the Ravens starters that did not play in the first preseason game, they are not going to play this time around also. So we have potentially a Cooper Rush revenge game on our hands with the Cowboys coming up on Saturday. Could be, but you're right.
Take the over.
At this point, it's just kind of get through the practices, a couple weeks away from cut down day, and and I know the preseason is like one game goes by and you're like, all right, I'm kind of over it. Yeah. Regular season. Now you just kind of got to grind through these couple weeks.
I will say, and I don't know, Kevin, because we talked about this. I don't know if maybe it's because obviously the Orioles aren't playing as well. I still am a little bit excited for the second one. I will not be for the third. I'm just going to be straight up. I will not be for the third. I'm excited
all the way. I'm an absolute sicko. All the way through all 4
I know
quarters,
you are.
All games. I know.
Kevin, I'm going to watch all 3. I'm going to watch every snap of all 3. And trust me, when the third one starts, I'm going to be all in. But there is that part of me after this second one where I'm going to be like, can the games count? And mostly, I'm not gonna lie. If the third one, they're like Lamar's gonna get a drive, then I'm back in. But like it's gonna be if it's the third week without any of them, I'm like, okay, I want to see Lamar Jackson play football. I want to see Derrick Henry get the rock.
All right, I want to ask both of you this: if Lamar gets a drive, would you be back in to watch to pray he doesn't get injured, or to see what he can do against?
In my personal opinion, he should not get a snap. He should not get a snap.
I couldn't watch. I honestly,
unless they hand the ball to Derrick 4 times and then they're like, "Thanks, Lamar. Way to get out there." Like then that's fine.
I do think there's a value of playing in the preseason. Like I do. I actually think that there's a value of playing in the preseason. Like no doubt about it, because you can't fully replicate, even in joint practices, playing a real game. Having said that, though, the risk versus reward now has changed so drastically. The Bengals, when they played Joe Burrow and Chase and all that, well, it's because they were the worst September team over the last few years. They wanted to change something, so they did that. Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs, they play and they get their work in. But for every team has a risk. I think just the way that how agile Lamar is and how he can make things work, and you want him to be himself, and not that Mahomes isn't or Burrow isn't or those other guys, but to tell a guy to be careful like Lamar, that's just he's going to get hot during the season. He'll be good. Quite frankly, no one's going to get on him for the regular season. It's always going to be the postseason anyway. So a few snaps in August, September really going to make a difference? Yeah. Probably not. Same thing with Derrick Henry. Like, let them be bubble wrapped, be healthy. Because you lose a franchise quarterback in the preseason, someone's losing a job. If they get hurt, typically it feels like down the road, which means the team doesn't play well, someone gets fired, blah, 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 blah. So, yep. We'll see. Honestly, guys, here's the other part with football in August. You know why people watch besides just, what's happening, who's doing well, who's making a team? Fantasy football wise, guys. I mean,
I scout.
I'm scouting up the hell out of this. We got to get the Holy Shirts and Pants League ready to rock and roll, by the way. Kevin, we're not doing – I don't think it's going to be too much to manage because I know you do like 34 leagues.
Yeah, and actually Zach and I are going to do a Ravens Dynasty League this year.
We both got added to one.
Yeah, so with like Nikhil, they're just it's like Ravens fans, and I got invited, and then we needed one more, and then I invited Zach. And Zach was like, "Yeah, I'm down." So now we're competing. I can't look at Zach the same anymore after this.
I will say, I was way too involved in the Carolina Panthers first preseason game because I needed to see Ted. I need to see him with my own eyes.
Okay. All right.
I need to watch it. Kevin, I was writing notes down.
Yeah, after the advice you gave everyone in the chat about kickers and defenses, yeah.
Ryan, someone in the chat asked who goes first in dynasty leagues, and I said defenses and kickers, because why would you take just one player with your first pick when you can get 11?
Yeah.
Play
the numbers game.
I'm corny. You think I'm corny. That is
Ryan, have you made any other trades in your leagues?
Well,
you've been seeing the foul trades Mike Bauman throws at me.
Yes, I have. Yes, I have. Yeah, those are pretty disgusting. Yeah.
Foul from him. Shout out Big Mike, friend of the show, friend of the program, former Baltimore Oriole, and over there in Japan doing his thing. Yeah, he'll send me because of the big time change, and I sit there and I'm like, Mike, one of those recent deals was he did offer me James Cook in Dynasty. And James Cook, that's probably the biggest news, at least for today, was that a star player signed an extension that was holding in or holding out. And now he signed $48 million, 4 years, $30 million guaranteed. Touchdown machine from last year. If you watch him, he's a very dynamic player. Maybe the snap share doesn't always scream elite, but I think he's an elite talent. No. Let's see. But then all eyes are still on like Cam Hayward in Pittsburgh, Terry McLaurin down there in Washington. And there was one more. Oh, Micah Parsons. It's just it's a situation. I think I'm wondering this, Kevin, with you. We see a Lamar deal get done before the season starts at this point in time?
Good question.
Oh.
I'm gonna lean no, but I think we will see it get done late February or early March. Because they can't operate with his current number.
Yeah.
So, I mean, his cap hit number right now is $70+ million. I mean, you can't make moves that way. And if you remember, the Ravens have had experience needing to like kind of sack money during a Lamar situation because he was on the non-exclusive franchise tag and his cap hit was like $20 or $30 million, and everybody knew he wasn't going to play on it. But that cap hit, that franchise tag hit, is fully guaranteed for one season. So that is the amount that you are charged on the cap. So for Lamar, I mean, it would help the Ravens free up money if they got it done before the season to maybe make a trade in season, because they like to do that. They like to keep money available to potentially, go out there and sign free agents in the case of injury, which we also have seen happen before with them. But they also, I would probably think that Linderbaum gets done first, or Hamilton. That's been the rumbling, is that the Ravens are working on extensions or deals with those three guys. And
can I ask you something just on your opinion? You do believe Linderbaum gets done, correct?
Just in general or before the season?
In general.
Yes.
Because I have seen some people talk about, because of the way that the Ravens obviously view interior linemen and stuff, if they would, at a certain point be like, hey, we can find a replacement level guy. Me personally, I think Tyler Linderbaum's a guy that's like a centerpiece to a offensive line. You don't have to worry about that. The things he does is better. So I wanted to get, obviously you being locked on. Just wanted to get your opinion. Because I agree. I don't see, even if negotiations get a little tougher, I think it would be stupid not to bring in. He's a top 3 center. And with his age and, his durability and stuff, I think it would be pretty stupid not to extend him.
Yeah, I thought the reason that they declined the 5th-year option was because his 5th-year option was going to be about $5 million higher than Creed Humphrey's deal, and just completely reset that market and make it harder for the Ravens to negotiate with him next season, and just honestly just completely flip the center market upside down on its head. So the Ravens essentially were saying, we don't want to reset the center market because it doesn't do us any good, because now we have to operate at that number. And the rest of the league probably was thinking to themselves, please do not pick up this option, because it is going to just throw everything out of sorts. So that's why they declined it. I don't think it has anything to do with the fact that they don't want to bring back Tyler. I think that they do. I think that they understand his value. But the harsh reality of the situation is that they're going to have to let some guys go. They can't keep this version of the roster. And that probably includes, they're going to probably have to choose between Mark Andrews and Isaiah Likely. We know that. They're also probably going to have to choose at some point between Jair and Marlon Humphrey. And, if Jair has a great season this year, I'm expecting him to. Marlon's up for a new deal, or, his deal's coming to a close pretty soon. Jair's on a 1-year contract at a deal that, you would never have gotten him at unless you had Lamar Jackson on your team like the Ravens do. So you're going to have to make tough decisions. Odafe always probably going to price himself out, and the Ravens have to prioritize Hamilton, Linderbaum, Likely, those types of guys. You have Zay Flowers and his deal, which is going to come down the pipeline sooner rather than later. And obviously Lamar's new deal is going to reset the quarterback market again, because the Bills gave Josh Allen over $300 million with, I forget the number that was guaranteed for him, but the Bills got ahead of the Ravens in that aspect, which was good business for them. So I think, to me, the Ravens want to keep Linderbaum, and they should, but this is kind of what happened. It's the downfall of drafting well, and it's a good problem to have. You just can't keep everybody. We saw it with Judon, Zadarius Smith. They let guys walk almost every year because they re-sign these guys to long-term contracts. So
Patrick Queen, I know people are, obviously mixed feelings on him, and then having Roquan makes it a little bit easier. But even Patrick Queen, I mean, we saw at times not having him out there was a little bit, tougher. But I like how you put that. It's the downside of drafting well, especially in a league with a cap. In baseball, if you draft really well, obviously you can do things like, say the Red Sox right now, locking their guys up early, to make that a little bit easier. In football, there's some tough decisions. So it is going to be interesting. I think it's maybe personal bias because of the fact that I view Jair as a 1-year deal and Marlon as a Raven, where I'm like, they would never pick Jair over Marlon. But I think there is a discussion to have if both have great seasons and play to their abilities, that Jair is a guy that maybe they look at and go, maybe long-term, he could be that dude.
Yeah, I mean, Jair is a good example of just good business by the Ravens in general. And what I mean by that is, even if the Ravens don't re-sign Jair, they still get, if he has a great year and he doesn't re-sign, they still get a 3rd-round comp pick for him.
Yeah,
like they still get a 3rd. So even if he doesn't re-sign, they get value out of the deal. Now, of course, you'd like to keep Jair, and maybe he takes a discount for, playing with Lamar and kind of having that, but
yeah, trying to go back to back.
Yeah, but if we're being honest, he still has one huge payday left in him, maybe 2, depending on how long he signs.
He plays well and he wants it. I mean, it's the crazy thing. You guys are trying to connect the dots here to all these things of what can and can't happen down the road. We went, I think, 3 or 4 rabbit holes into Linderbaum here, interior, Zay, Odafe, and this is the part you guys summed it up though well, and I didn't mean to cut you guys off.
No, you're good. Yeah.
In this structure of how it is, and the salary cap has risen, but football, this is how the structure is. You get X amount with these players. It's an understanding of what you have to do, and then you make decisions accordingly. And this is actually why, in this case, because they've had this salary cap implementation in place for so long, people have gotten used to that system. Baseball, on the other hand, I don't think it's going to take a long time to ever get to that discussion because of all those reasons. But if you're Baltimore right now, guys, fair to say, it's 2025. This has to be, if it ain't this year, well, I guess we'll see.
Go
if
ahead,
it's not, I was going to say, if it's not this year, and I don't mean to put the pressure of like, oh, if it's not this year, they never will. If it's not this year, the roster is going to automatically going to take a step back because of what we've just been talking about. Like, you can't keep all of these guys. So, yes, we would probably see them do what the Bills just had to do last season, where it's like, okay, we're going to have to move on from a few 2 or 3 guys that really are core, big parts of this team. And it's going to make it a little tougher. So definitely this is as good a chance as you will ever get in the National Football League to go out there and win it.
Yeah. I mean,
go ahead, Kev.
I was just going to say, Zach is right. This is the last year of this roster being like this. And that doesn't mean the roster is going to be bad.
Yeah,
like Lamar's going to leave. That's not what we're saying, obviously. But you do have to take advantage of it. You do have to take advantage of it. So that's where I am.
Tear it all down.
Ryan, have you heard my J-Lo thing yet? I don't know if I've told you yet.
No.
So
oh my God.
I asked the question of what the nickname should be for the Jair Alexander Marlon Humphrey duo. And so I thought about it a little bit, and I took the J from Jair and the Lo from Marlo and made it J-Lo. And then
people hated it.
Someone commented and said they're Jenny from the Flock. It all just flows so well. Yeah, everybody hated it. Everybody hates it.
You know who J-Lo is, Kevin?
Do I know who she is? Yes.
Hey, Zach didn't know this earlier, but let me put my poems in you real quickly, Kevin, because before
no way.
We were talking about Zach's favorite swim stroke, and he said it was the breaststroke, and there's a lyric out there by an artist. Let's see if you can get this lyric or my poem here. And it goes, backstroke, stroke of a genius.
Yeah, I was in the lobby when you said that. It was ludicrous.
Good. Kevin got it right, Zach. See?
Yeah,
Thanks
look
for
at
being-
me.
thanks for being
yeah.
honest. This is crazy.
No. See, now we're all in. Now, nope. See, I just knew.
Kevin, I'm not gonna lie. If you would have said that you were in the lobby, if you would have just been like, "Oh my god, yeah, that's ludicrous,"
I
would've flipped.
was debating.
I was about to flip. I was about to be like, "That's BS." Like this is BS.
You have to realize with Ryan, with movies and with artists, there are only like 4 things he goes with consistently.
Oh! You want me to open it up? You want me to open it up?
You have
here a little
to. You. This is a quote from you, by the way. You admitted it's movies. It's Anchorman, Austin Powers, Talladega Nights.
The other guys.
Yes, other guys.
It is. You know, you're right.
That's your wheelhouse.
I mean, yeah. But if you want to go down the rabbit hole of other songs, I got you.
Well, I know, and you are the pop king. I guess was that Prince, Michael Jackson? Who was the pop king? Whose nickname was that?
Really, Kevin?
Who was it? It was definitely Michael Jackson. Final
answer?
Well, now you're making me second guess it.
Who is like Kevin? Just like when you think of fame, maybe greatest fame of all time. King of fame.
Jackson.
Final answer?
I mean, apparently not.
I'm not saying it's wrong. Just
I think it is Michael Jackson.
So final answer?
Yes, final answer.
It is.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I love it. Oh, final answer.
Come on. I know a little something.
These are my confessions.
Yep. Around here, it's John Denver. Around these parts, it's John Denver.
Really? T-Pain.
Well, I'm not.
Yeah. You know, also there's another. So do you know when these are my confessions, Kevin? Just when I thought I said all I can say, my chick on the side said she had one on the way.
I know of Confessions, yes.
So who sings it? Man, I'm thrown and I don't know what to do. I guess I'll have to give part 2 of my confessions.
That's Usher.
There, good, Kevin. Good.
I know that.
Good, Kevin.
I'm
Kevin
learning.
being an Usher guy doesn't surprise me. Actually,
I'm not even like is the Usher anthem.
It's not though. If you're an Usher fan,
Oh my!
But I'm not.
God.
I like Usher, but I'm not like a discog. Like I don't just go through his discography.
I'm gonna let the beat
you
drop.
don't go down the rabbit hole of you got it bad.
All right, let me look
back.
let me look at the Usher I have in my playlist right now. Let me look. I have a playlist called Not Rap that has
It's just Usher.
5,000 songs. That is everything that is not rap, as you can kind of tell by the title. I don't know if you could or not. On this playlist, Usher wise, can I not look? Oh, I'm not looking on the playlist.
I think that you
all right,
should.
we have Hot Thing, My Boo.
Oh, good job, Kevin.
And I think this was a newer song, Boyfriend, by him.
Yeah, it's not a classic by him.
Rest of My Life from Fast and Furious 6.
Okay, it's still not a classic
Never
of
even
him.
seen
That's
Fast
fine.
and Furious. Maybe I shouldn't have said that on the air, but never seen Fast and Furious.
I mean, to be fair, there's a lot. I haven't seen all the Fast and Furious. I'll be honest. I know that we're family. That's all I know. We're family. The family.
I feel like having My Boo on there is good for me for points.
Loving this club. You not loving this
Good
club,
one.
Kevin?
Yep. That's a good one.
In this club. In this club.
In this club. Oh. Uh-oh. There's always that first person that always has your heart. Oh, Kevin, have you seen my piece of wood here?
Yeah, that looks like an oar, like a paddle.
Better watch out. Football.
That's probably bigger than my face.
It's definitely bigger than your face. It's a bat.
Kevin, it's a bat.
Well, that is, yeah. Look at that. Look at the knob on the end of that thing. Jeez.
It's a big knob, Kev.
Yeah, you said it, not me.
Because it is. I'm not denying that. You know, you're sick, dude. This isn't Rip After Dark, by the way.
That is that regulation size?
We were talking about that earlier. We don't think.
I think it's outlawed now.
Mostly because of the handle, right? No, you can have that handle.
Imagine me with my throwing the bat little league tendencies with that thing. Just absolutely.
You would not, Kevin.
That would throw you.
Kevin, you can't swing that bat. I would be very like.
Yes, I can. Next time in the studio, if you keep that there, Ryan, I will swing that bat.
It's my bat. It's my wood.
Okay, well then, yeah, keep it there.
We need to get like the Wii thing where like they put the strap on the Wii controller before Kevin swings it, because I'm now starting to get a little concerned when he swings that it might go flying.
I have not had a moment like Wii baseball. That's my jam. I did not have a moment where, you know, you see some people like swing the Wii remote too hard and it just flies into the TV. I never had that.
It's almost like it could be a sword. Like I could put it in here.
Yeah.
And then take it out. I feel like I wield the power. I will say. I really do.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you're feeling yourself today. You had your feet up on a table.
Oh yeah, and actually, you know what? I meant to get to some comments here, by the way. And also, Joe, congrats on 16 months, by the way. Also, I think I saw Joe said earlier at 25,000. Zach, cold plunges.
Oh man.
I mean, that's easy. I'm so in for the cold plunge, but they said,
well, no.
Rocco can't.
What I think we do is sort of like, what's Kevin Hart's thing? What's that show? What's the where he and
I don't know the title, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I think that would be something. I think it would be really fun if we did like we had to talk, like do a full segment or full whatever, but we're in the cold plunge.
Oh, do a segment in the cold plunge.
Yeah, I think that would be more.
And each time you get a question wrong, you get 5 minutes added to your time.
Yeah.
You know?
We could definitely do. We can have like hey, you guys hit 24,000, 25,000 in the same week. Maybe we have that as part of the 24-hour stream.
That would
get a whole cold tub in there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, cold tub, and then maybe if we're feeling good, we'll get a hot tub. No, just cold tub. We haven't earned it. Don't get comfortable. So that's our new motto here in the fall. Don't get comfortable here at the Ryan Ripken Show.
Don't do it.
Hey, you know what? Also, by the way, if you're new to the channel, hit that like and subscribe button. We do this live every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. We are changing up the hours for football season just because of how things are going and where the attention is going to be. Obviously, we're still going to talk a lot of baseball, so don't worry about all that. We will still talk about it. But it is football season. We got a lot of plans for football, and we do have plans with our sponsor, Merit. Appreciate them. And right now, they have a month-to-month membership right now, which for the year, they offer a certain price. But now they're offering that year-month price, right, guys? They're offering it just a month-to-month. So, like, you're going to save hundreds if you're like, I don't want a long-term commitment. I'm just here for a good time, not a long time. Well, hey, they got that option. And also, they might be allowing me to give away some things come Do you remember when Merit left away things in September? Oh, Kevin, you weren't here for the Merit Fitness Real Good. You weren't there for that.
Did you make a reel with?
No. Like a new jingle, like Merit
Oh, is that official? You ran it by?
It's real good.
You ran it by corporate?
We're not doing. No, we're not doing it. No, he and Rocco were trying to come up with jingles, sort of like we do West Virginia, and their thing was merit, fitness, real good.
Interesting. Let me look
No,
up.
think about like salt and pepper. You know what salt and pepper is, Kev?
They're a band.
Oh, Kevin. I just did it. Push it.
Yeah, the push it. Yeah. Is that
Push it real
Yeah.
good.
You mean the push it? Do you know what I'm talking about?
I know that song, yeah.
Prove it.
Okay,
good proof. Good proof.
See? I know.
Good proof. Yeah, I mean, Total Thunder, I'm right here with you. Like, the kids don't even know nowadays. They don't even know. Push it real good.
I mean, I know that. So it's by Salt and Pepper is what you're saying?
Yeah. Everyone knows this, Kevin.
Well, I know. Okay. I know the phrase. I just didn't know who the song was by.
Okay. Well, I guess it's still going to be up for debate. But what's not up for debate is that you can do a month-to-month at Merit and save hundreds of dollars if you want to do that. That's what you can do. And then we might be able to also give away some memberships for the fall. Kev, before we get out of here, because we won't have you tomorrow's show, Throwback Thursday real quickly. Last week, we had top 5 Will Ferrell movies. Tomorrow, it's top 5 Adam Sandler movies.
Oh.
In your mind, who had the better?
Yeah. Who had the better run? Sandler or Farrell?
If you need a week to think about it, you can.
I'm going to go Sandler. I
guess we're going to find that out tomorrow then, Zach. We're going to do our research.
50 First Dates. Obviously, the Happy Gilmores. Although, do you count the Happy Gilmore franchise or just 1 and 2 separately?
They're separate. It's not to me. I don't consider it.
No. It's like I don't consider Anchorman 2 a part of Anchorman.
No.
Anchorman's way better than Anchorman 2. If you think Anchorman 2 if you think Anchorman 2 is better, I've seen a few people say that. I don't know what we're doing there.
So that is going to be our Throwback Thursday tomorrow, is answering the top 5 Sandler movies. And then we're going to compare on that side and go, you know what? Who had a better stretch run, Sandler or Will Ferrell? And that is what you guys have to look forward to tomorrow. And we are reshaping and getting ready. And I know it's kind of this weird situation right now where baseball's, football is, but we're still here having a good time. And we do have a lot of things planned, by the way. And last thing, I got to shout out the Super, by the way, with how long have you had those shoes, Ryan? A while. We need to upgrade these puppies. But these Cole Haans, maybe they want to sponsors, potentially you. They are nice. They are nice. Get it right, Kev, and
get it tight.
Nice, Kevin.
I don't think I've missed one today. The salt and pepper thing didn't count. Other than that, I have not.
Yeah, other than that, it does count. But you know what? I don't have the music by me. But guys, that's going to do it for today's show. If you're new to the channel, hit that like and subscribe button. Go check out the content that we have cooking. We have a lot of football clips that we're going to have that are going to be thrown out here soon. So you can imagine the music bumping. You can imagine even salt and pepper. Do 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 do. Have a day and have a night. Ryan Ripken Show will be back tomorrow. Oh, all right. That was decent. Clean. Have a day, have a night. Appreciate you guys. Be good, be safe. And let's shut down the weekend or start it off right on tomorrow's episode of the